Hey everybody, welcome back. First, I just want to thank everybody for all the great comments y'all been leaving and just making me really happy to be doing these videos. And I'm glad that that you're enjoying them. So I just wanted to say that I've got a lot more subscribers than last time I mentioned. I think I remember when I only had 12, and now I have almost 60. So once again, I want to thank all of you who have subscribed, and I hope I keep delivering something that you enjoy. So, this might be kind of longish, just because I just did a income tax assignment for my class, and I just needed to kind of cool down from it. It was pretty tough. So I wanted to show you the very rare Wave 3 of the Indiana Jones line that came out around this time of Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. And if you haven't seen Wave 3, this is your big chance, because I barely made it to stores. So let's just go ahead and first we're going to go through the wave. I'm going to show you the figures. Then I'm going to talk a little bit about why why the line failed. Because it definitely failed as an action figure line. So let's start with the Indiana Jones from Wave 3. This is the Temple of Doom version. And actually I have one loose so I can show him to you. This is a good action figure. There's no two ways about it. It's a quality figure. Likeness is pretty good. He's got the way he's dressed. He looks like he walked right out of the scene on the bridge in the very end. He has a machete, bandage on his hand, which is a nice detail. If you look in his pouch, you can actually open the top of the pouch and see the top of the Sankara stones, which is awesome. A huge improvement over the earlier ones. So this was a good figure. The only complaint I had is this elbow kind of has a flap on it. When you bend it, it looks kind of ridiculous. But, it's forgivable. Either way, a good figure. So you have this nice Indiana Jones that hardly anyone could get. Finally, we get a short round figure. Once again, a great likeness of Ki-Hai Kwan, I believe you played him. He's carrying a torch. He has Indy's outfit bundled up. He has a dagger, and he comes with the relic that all the figures came with. Oh, I didn't really show you the back. The back has a little bio of Indy from that movie. Shows you the other figures in the wave. Same goes for short round. Now, the rest of the wave I got in Canada, so they're actually different packaging. It has the bilingual packaging, French and English. This is Willie Scott. A very, very excellent figure. She has cloth as part of her ceremonial outfit. Removable flower lei here. She also comes with the same dagger Short Round has, a relic. And the back of the Canadian issue, for some reason, shows Wave 2. And a few pit figures from Wave 1. So I'm not exactly sure why that is. But anyway, that's the back of the Canadian. Here we have Mola Ram. Once again, a superb action figure. He comes with the accessory of the skull filled with blood to turn people over to his cult. He comes with a flaming heart, but it's safely just looks like a red ball. It doesn't look very much like a heart, so it's not very PG-13 rated. He has a different style dagger and a sash that you can put over him, and a removable hat. The back, once again, on this Canadian one, shows different figures from different waves. Okay, we have the Chief Temple Guard. He comes with a whip, a sword, his cult badge, which can be placed on the belt here. And once again, a great likeness, a good enemy figure for Indy. Back. Okay. And finally, the Temple Guard, which, once again, see, these are some of the best figures of the whole line, and we never got to see them, really. I mean, it's too bad. This is a good figure. This is a good bad guy. You could army build with these. Sword and the badge. Great detailing, great paint. And there's the back. Now, so what happened with this line here? Why was it... These figures came out, and we were so excited. And I remember when I first saw them, I was like, oh boy, finally, Indiana Jones figures. But what happened? Well, here's one of the Wave 1 figures. This is one of the first ones I saw, which is Indy from Raiders of the Lost Ark, and he has the fertility idol, and he has a whip. Face wise, the face sculpt doesn't look anything like Harrison Ford. The holster for his gun is somewhat ridiculously large, even though it is nice. It has the flap and it has that old style look. It's just too big. They changed it in later versions. He has a coiled whip, which can be placed here. He has his satchel, and he has an uncoiled whip for use. And there's a pistol inside of the holster, which is probably bent because this holster has a tendency to bend the pistol. As you can see, it's bent. That's kind of a pet peeve of mine. But still, it resembles the pistols that we see in the Indiana Jones movies. Now, the problem with this line is it start in wave one. Number one, we have too many indies between wave one and wave two. There was just too many indies. The playsets all came with a different indie, so I think all told there's 9 or 10 indies. Very few other characters. I mean, you had one version of Marion and a slightly different one from a playset. You had the Doctor from The Last Crusade, and you had the evil Russian Kate Blanchett figure. None of the figures on the first 2 waves were very good. This was, pretty good quality. I mean, well, this is as good as the quality got. Maybe this being the best one, the Henry Jones figure. Which I'm really glad. As far as I know, is one of the only Sean Connery figures you can get. But another thing I wanted to say went wrong with this wave is the packaging. Although it's interesting for adults, I think it's very clever the way the whip coils around, and the temple sort of freeze here and everything, and the map in the background. That looks great for people, in their 20s, our age, who remember Indiana Jones. But for kids, there's been studies that show that kids are not really attracted to these colors. These are kind of blah colors for kids. They would have needed to have offset this with some teal or blue. In fact, kind of pay attention to movie posters, and you'll see how orange is often matched up with teal blue. It creates a combination that draws your eye, and this packaging just does not draw the eye. So if kids were looking for toys, they're going to walk right past these. Additionally, there's just not enough variety in the characters. We just didn't get a lot of different things, and we got 2 Shia LaBeouf action figures that were just terrible. This is just a terrible action figure. He looks somewhat like Popeye. He has these big forearms. He just has an impossibly shaped body, kind of bad posture. This was just a bad action figure, any way you look at it. Even with, pretty decent articulation, it's just not good. It's just not good at all. The relics you got, each coming with this relics, those were kind of interesting, but once again, this seems more geared for adults or fans of the movies, because you're going to recognize these from the movies and be excited. But if you're a kid and if you haven't grown up on Indiana Jones, these are not going to mean very much to you. So basically, what went wrong is too many indies, not enough character variety. I mean, we never got a Tolt, we never got a Dietrich, we never got, some of Marcus, some of the characters that we were waiting for never showed up. And I read on forums that they had planned all kinds of future figures. They were excited about making them, and actually some of the designers of the line admitted that they were somewhat rushed to get these figures out in the beginning, and that's why the quality is so the contrast of the quality between the first wave and the third wave is so apparent. I mean, there is definitely a change in quality here. Compared to this figure, this is a brilliant figure. This one, not so brilliant at all. It just doesn't look anything like Harrison Ford. The detailing is weak. And this one is such a good figure, and it's so sad that that most people never even got their hands on these. So basically, I just have to call this a failed line. These figures now are peg warmers in Ross and TJ Maxx and Brooks Outlet and all those stores where the figures are sold for $3 and they're still not buying, and they're crushed and collecting dust. And it's kind of sad for all of us indie fans to see an exciting line of figures with so much potential go out in flames like this. And this is just sort of the epitome of them. I mean, just a figure that doesn't do very much of anything. You get an indie here that with a terrible face sculpt. He doesn't have a hat. He doesn't have a jacket. He has a rocket launcher that doesn't shoot anything. It's just a sad figure. And once again, you see how action figure lines can fail. And I'm going to do some more videos going over different lines of action figures like Star Trek. In fact, there's been more than one Star Trek line that's pretty abject failures. And other lines that I think you might find interesting. And we can kind of discuss what went wrong, why these didn't make it. And then, you know, you look at a line like Star Wars and how it just continually pumps out figures and we keep buying them. And, I mean, people will buy the same character 15 different times. And that's because there's something good about these figures. I will say one thing for these figures. At least the paint applications were okay. They were decent. But in a future video, I'm going to show you where paint definitely killed a line of figures. Well, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And subscribe and tune in for more. Bye.